We were all expecting a jump
with
food inflation from February to March, but not 1.9%. It is the highest since 1974.
Over 60% of leftover sewage waste in the U.S. is used by farmers to fertilize crops.
Yes.
Called PFAS, or forever chemicals, that scientists say are carcinogenic.
So as you can see, we're talking about biosolids today. Practically no one's heard of this. It's in our food supply. It's been in our food supply for like 40 years in Western world.
Inflation numbers released today brought some good news and some bad news. Annual inflation slowed to 2.3% from 2.6% in February. Food inflation, however, was a different story.
It is the highest since 1974.
The food number settled at 3.2% month over month. They're going up, especially the produce.
I'm seeing that I get less for my dollars.
Yeah. Over 60% of leftover sewage waste in the U.S. is used by farmers to fertilize crops.
Over 60%.
However, this fertilizing sludge contains PFAS, toxic chemicals that can cause cancer and other health problems.
Therefore, you can see we're linking together the demand for food, and the food inflation is at a 50-year high, and most people don't even know the food they're eating. It's like this is like from the film Soylent Green. That's what it is.
That means that these tainted biosolids can affect your meat, vegetables, and even drinking water.
Yep. So what are biosolids? When you go to a doctor's office, they're never, like I have the little clip here, they're not going to, he said, hey doc, I hear all the stories about toxins in the food supply. Can you tell me where to get tested? And they'll say, not at all. You need antidepressants and a balanced diet and lots of exercise. Big part of it is they're not authorized to talk about it or even test it. Maybe they might test for something if you're really sick, but it's acute basis. That's what their orientation is in a 10-minute office visit.
What are biosolids? After trash screening, settling, biological treatment, and dewatering, biosolids are the solid waste product produced at the end of the wastewater treatment cycle.
Yep.
But did you know we can turn this waste product into a valuable resource? Biosolids are often shipped out from treatment plants to composting facilities, where they are turned into rich fertilizers used in the agricultural industry. However, when pollutants or hazardous wastes are sent down our sewer pipes, this resource can become contaminated when pharmaceuticals, household chemicals, or used motor oil make its way down the drain.
Right. Everything industrial, residential, and commercial drains is flushed down the drain and goes into your food.
However, when pollutants or hazardous wastes are sent down our sewer pipes, this resource can become contaminated when pharmaceuticals, household chemicals, or used motor oil make its way down the drain.
Yep.
It can travel through biosolids into our environment, introducing pollutants that contaminate groundwater and surface water, which are important water resources. Contamination has the potential to increase disposal waste costs as well.
Let's keep our biosolids a valuable resource. And remember to only flush the 3 Ps: pee, poo, and toilet paper.
Yeah.
Under a bill now before lawmakers, that sludge would have to be put in landfills, which some critics say will create another toxic problem of its own.
And this has been going on in all the Western world, but I'm just covering the United States now. And you'll see they actually ship their sewage to Canada.
Employees spend millions of taxpayer dollars to clean up the wells of rural homeowners.
Yeah.
And support affected farmers.
Let's talk about the food industry a little bit more, if we could. Katie, is it true that most farmland, or at least a great amount of farmland today in America, is not owned by farmers and families anymore? It's owned by corporate food companies.
Yeah, and that's a big reason why this is happening.
And that we have, cattle are raised in these feedlots.
And in previous videos I explained decentralization and centralization. You can see everything. The corporations are centralizing everything.
Injected with antibiotics, growth hormone. We have genetically modified food.
And the politicians are allowing it because we're not paying attention.
We have pesticides, and then it goes into the manufacturing process and all of this ultra-processed food. I mean, what has happened to our food in this country, and how bad is it? Now to a follow-up to a WFAA investigation tonight. We told you about a fertilizer that is made of human waste. It was suspected of killing livestock and making people sick. As crime and justice reporter Rebecca Lopez learned, there is a fight east of Dallas now to keep it out of another community.
This chemical is toxic, and there's no way around it.
These giant piles. As WFAA has previously reported, biosolids can contain high levels of chemicals called PFAS, or forever chemicals, that scientists say are carcinogenic.
People are waking up now, though. They're seeing videos like mine.
At a contentious meeting in Canton, citizens are trying to stop a landowner from spreading biosolids made by another company on his property about 30 minutes outside the city.
I stand with the ranchers, the farmers, the homeowners, and the people in this room and ask you to deny this permit on the basis of all forever chemicals are toxic and is not needed in rural Texas.
Okay, so the landowner was not at that meeting, but we did talk to him afterward, and he said because of all the backlash, he is now planning to withdraw the permit.
You can see the power of awareness.
WFAA, though, is continuing to investigate other locations where biosolids fertilizer is still being used.
These biosolids are in fact exported to Canada instead and spread to in farmers' fields here in Quebec.
Therefore, once they start seeing that people are waking up, they start shipping it to a place other than where people are not aware. Anyway, what are some of the primary organs and nutritional functions affected? The liver is the main filtration system of the body. When we eat too many fats and toxins, and it has to work harder, right? This extra pressure on the liver is a major cause of various health problems in our society. A sluggish liver or gallbladder can lead to inadequate reaching to the duodenum of the food. Bile is vital for the breaking down of fats into smaller molecules like that pancreatic lipase can handle. It also serves as a lubricant in the intestines to prevent constipation. It is necessary for absorbing vitamins A, D, E, and K, as well as essential fatty acids, and supports the absorption of minerals. Recommendations: always talk to your doctor before you do anything. Most of what you'll find online is general recommendations. I see in Facebook groups all the people talking about apricot kernels for cancer and all these things. This is a singular focus. They're only thinking about one, like a magic bullet. There's no magic bullet to health. You have to get everything analyzed, how everything functions together. Number one, obtain a low-cost or free cell nutritional individualized assessment from my service, preferably. But at the bottom left here is a free generalized one to show you what I do. Number two, steering clear of fatty foods that likely the most straightforward advice. Fatty foods, stay away from them. However, various toxins we consume can impact the liver, including low-quality foods, spoiled, junk food, alcohol, coffee, nicotine, and prescription medications. Number four, limit refined carbohydrates as they contribute to liver fat accumulation. If you must eat moldy foods, consider taking vitamin C supplement, as certain toxins in mold can hinder the liver's detoxification processes. Vitamin C helps restore these pathways. If the gallbladder has been removed, use a digestive aid that contains bile and pancreatin is especially crucial. Vitamins such as choline, vitamin C, magnesium, and zinc are essential for the production of bile. But however, following general recommendations, you don't know if you need these things. You don't know if you have any buildups. And what I do is a very low-cost, individualized assessment. But the first step is to take the free symptom measure tool to show you what I do and get an idea of what this is, because it's kind of complex, but once you start reading up on it, it's not so complex and scary. But anyway, if you like the work I'm doing here, please spread this video to others and like and subscribe.